What's up everybody, it's Cory at Keen Ramps. We're here today back at Keen Ramps headquarters worldwide. So we got that obstacle, we called it the Slug rail. It's kind of like a tentative working title, but I think like we got crazy response. Everybody was like, oh my God, I love it. Please sell it, take my money, etc., etc. So we're definitely gonna sell it, but we wanna make sure that we're putting something out that you guys are gonna love and we're not gonna get a bunch of criticism on. So we're still kind of in like our prototype testing phase. So today I worked with Scotty, who runs our CNC, and I redid the side. So here's the original here. It's a little bit taller. So it's maybe like 1.5 inches taller. And the main reason we did that was because for like lip slides and board slides, you didn't really have too much clearance, like on your wheels. So you had to be super precise right there. So we raised it up a little bit, and then the other thing that did was create a little bit more transition to get your wheels on. So if you want to try like a pivot fakie, for example, you just have like a little bit more real estate to get all 4 wheels on and get down it. So those were the main changes. We kept the little half circle on the bottom. In case you're on unlevel ground, on a hump, for example, it's not gonna have like a rocking effect. It can compensate for a little bit of unlevel ground. Yeah, so I made this, got the specs all dialed. It's exactly 6 inches. Another reason that I made it exactly 6 inches is because our slat pad obstacle is also exactly 6 inches. So I was thinking if somebody happens to buy both, or they want to get a longer grind, it's just already the same height. And then the other thing about going a little bit taller was I could put a 2x4 going vertical. So that's gonna offer a little bit more support instead of doing 2 on their sides. So yeah, this thing is gonna be super rigid, super solid. I made a little cheat sheet for Scotty, told him all my desired dims and specs, told him what radius to cut it. He actually ended up doing a little tighter. He said he did 4 foot. So that way you're gonna see and feel that radius a little bit more. And then he ended up making it. And so here's the one that he cut on the CNC. I had him make 8 of these just for like our testing phase. So I made one 4 foot long. There's a seam right here. So a little bit ago, we were skating just the one by itself because I want to make this sort of like a low price point obstacle. So I think 4 foot will be nice, especially for like a super beginner. You know, you don't need that long. And then on top of that, it won't take up that much space. It's easy to move around in case you live in an apartment, etc., etc. So I do want to offer a 4 foot version, but I want to offer a longer version. So I was thinking, I guess we'll just make them in 4 feet. And since they're all cut on the CNC and another side is gonna butt it perfectly and you're gonna have a perfect seam to grind over, that the coping meeting up shouldn't matter. Like you're not gonna catch on it. It's not gonna be like, you know, one sticking up slightly more than the other because it's to the millionth degree of perfect meeting up because of the CNC. So, shut the fuck up. Seagull. Yeah, so we made the one, we skated it a bit, waxed it up. We were doing like blunts and Cody was doing like kickflip 50s and lips and crazy stuff. So it's kind of fun in that sense that it's like this really small obstacle. It's kind of like skating a parking block, but a little bit funner because you can also still skate it like a quarter pipe. And you can still kind of skate it like a spine. And then yeah, if you get 2 of them, you butt it together. And then my other thought on just making it 4 foot is with this logic, you could get 4 of them and make a 16 foot long one. We'll probably offer it in skate light and birch. And then we might also make an upgrade for the diamond grind, like our original prototype that we were playing around with, just in case people want that. And yeah, Slug Rail's working title. But we're also playing around with some other ideas. This dude, Tim Parkhouse, who's a previous Keen Ramps customer, he hit me with spinal slap, which I really like because a bunch of people were commenting. We did an Instagram post that was like, what should we call this thing? And there was a few people that said spinal tap, given that it's like a little spine and it's so low, so it's a tap. But then I like slap better because it's like, it's a slappy obstacle. So I'm like 95% sure that's what we're gonna move forward with. We're gonna call it the spinal slap. It'll probably come out in the next like week or so. So like call it early February. This will be available for purchase. And haven't really like figured out the pricing just yet because we gotta factor in shipping and all that stuff. But yeah, so we got 2 right here and they're already connected. So those are 2 seams meeting up and you kind of just go right over it. Like I was trying to get caught on it and I couldn't, especially if you put a little bevel and this is sort of just like a builder tip in general. If you're ever building a ramp and you have to make coping butt up, if it's two sharp edges, meaning two 90s, if you put a 90 on a 90, it does have to be exact. And if one lifts like 1/32 of an inch, you're gonna have that sharp edge. But if you bevel them, AKA hit them with a file and round both over, so if you round over those two edges that meet, you're basically creating this smooth little valley where like you might hear a little click, but there's no chance of it grabbing your trucks. So for anybody that thinks that this is problematic, I mean, check this out. No chance. Goes right over. So yeah, we'll skate it a little bit. Hopefully you guys aren't bored of seeing us skate this. Hit us in the comments with your thoughts. I'm sure some people are gonna say, make the coping stick off, do diamond grind, don't do diamond grind, make it bigger, you suck, I could make this all by myself, you're a kook, blah, blah, blah. Please tell me all those things, and yeah, continue to follow us on our journey of ramp building. Thank you for watching. Look at that, way more clearance than before. So yeah, now you can hit lip slides, board slides, all that fun stuff. Let's see how it works. So another thing that we did, we left the same coping reveal, same bonk that we had on that first one, but since this is a little bit tighter of a radius, you can't even like see it with the naked eye, but it does go up to the coping a little faster, meaning there's more room to just sit on the base plate on blunts and tails. So you could do a tail and kind of, you know, lean into it and just get on that base plate and not have the wheel resistance on the surface. Or if you want the wheel resistance on the surface, just throw a little wax there. Obviously birch is not gonna slide as well as skate light, but it definitely holds wax pretty well. Cody Smith behind the camera went nuts on that one. That's why it's all black, but super fun for some tricks, but scary for others. So yeah, I'm gonna just wax this up, Baltic birch wood, and see how it does with some blunt slides. Oh yeah. You put so much wax in some spots that it started to do what it does on your surfboard.
Oh yeah, or like really caked up.
Like it started caking.
That's when you know it's gonna slide.
Yeah. I'm gonna go tail slide from the beginning, slide a little bit, drop back down. Maybe I'll try one where I treat it like tranny and try to pop in and go to the end. And then maybe the same with the blunts. See what's up with the nose blunts and pray that my toe cooperates. So I was gonna do a blunt straight on and I got scared and then I just did a 50, but I kind of realized this thing's really good for like training cross locks. Like if you don't feel that confident on 50 rails and figuring out the cross lock, on this, since you have the surface right below, if you start to fall one way, you have like, you kind of have training wheels. Like I've never been a good cross locker because I think it's because I was like raised in that Baker Zero era where everybody just heel side locked, and I never really like bothered to spend the time to figure out cross locks. The last couple of years I have played with it a little bit, but this is like really good for just making sure you like get that muscle memory and get that cross lock every time. I'm gonna fuck around with that a little bit.
You know what? It honestly serves as like a flat bar trainer too, because because like the ramps on each side kind of make it this like safety thing. But you can start at the beginning, and then if you're gonna fall off, you just go in.
I can do that all day. So bad. Ooh. My favorite skateboarder growing up. I guess he's still a favorite. Would you say top 3, Leo?
Dude, send it to voicemail.
What up, Leo?
Hey, Cory, how are you?
I'm good, man. I'm just skating in the driveway at the shop a little bit.
Oh, thanks. I'm not interrupting.
No, 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 you're good. Damn, that one felt great. Wow. I don't know what else I couldn't do that on anything. I can't do that on a quarter pipe. That's why this obstacle is the shit. Makes you do stuff you didn't realize you could do. Oh my God. Yeah, so for those of you that watched our first prototype, on the Hurricanes, like, you definitely had a wheel drag and you didn't feel like you were locked in it. This one with the tighter radius, you're like in there. It's just truck and board. So that one I wasn't expecting to have all that speed, and that's why it shot out. But it feels so good now. Well, I still have you guys here. So Spinal Slap, stoked on it. I love it. I think it's pretty dialed. I think we're gonna start selling it. But I do wanna show you guys something that we were working on the last couple of days here. So my friend Tim, who owns LB Skate and Western Skate Supply or Skate Co., it's in Vista. He hit me up for board racks not too long ago. And so we made him these like freestanding board racks because he had like 400 boards he wanted to sell, like swap meet style. So we made them, and we ended up just using 2x4s, screwing them together, and they worked and everything. But I had this idea of creating a board rack that's more like just anybody could buy it, just for like your house, or if you like live in a skate house, or your kids have a bunch of boards and you want to keep your boards neat. And then I was thinking how a lot of people don't have tools, and it would be nice to just have it all like click together. So Scotty, who runs our CNC and programs it, I had him come up with a way for everything to just slide in, and he made these. And so these are the first ones. We still might make some adjustments, like we might like kind of bevel these edges with a router. I was thinking this could be cool for like a shelf to like hold your wax. Maybe we'll like deboss it a bit and like write wax, or maybe put a hole that like your T-tool can slide into, or maybe put something that like you can hang your keys on or whatever. But yeah, just kind of like kicking the tires on this. We're tentatively gonna call it Keen Racks because we're Keen Ramps. And while these aren't ramps, they're kind of similar. So my friend Austin, who did our logo, he made an alphabet of this same style script, but all the letters. So we're probably gonna just put a C and put a K, Keen Racks, and they'll just come kit form, and you'll just get them in like a little thin flat box, and everything will click into place. And then we might use like maybe a stain on them or a poly. And then the other thought was maybe buying some laminate where like the sides are black, and then we would just have like a nice edge of the ply exposed here and here. So still kind of playing with that. We're thinking about making one that's a freestanding, one that's a wall mount, and then same thing for maybe surfing and snowboarding. So you'd have your freestanding skate, your wall mount skate, and then same thing, freestanding snowboard, wall mount snowboard rack. Yeah, just something like, it seems like anybody who has a ramp, they're obviously pretty into skating. You probably have a bunch of boards, or you have several kids, or like if you have roommates that skate, I feel like everybody kind of needs one of these. If you have more than a couple boards, or you're like a deck collector, it's perfect. You don't have to like put holes in your wall. It holds 14 decks, or it will hold 7 completes. So we did the spacing on these exactly enough to where you can fit your next board and just skip one, which is pretty rad. So yeah, I'm just like really excited about these, and just wanna you know, share it with the world a little bit and give you guys a sneak peek. Feel free to give us some feedback on these. Let us know what you like, what you don't like, what you'd wanna see. Possibilities are like literally kind of endless with that CNC machine. It's insane. And yeah, thanks for watching. Till next time.